You don't decide to find a baby cute. It just happens. You're in a coffee shop, someone walks past with an infant strapped to their chest, and something in you softens mid-thought, mid-sentence, before you've even consciously registered what you're looking at. You might lean slightly forward. Your voice, if you speak, shifts up a register. You feel something that isn't quite describable but is unmistakably warm. No one taught you to do that. That's the part most people miss when they think about cuteness. They assume it's preference, that babies are cute the way sunsets are pretty, something you appreciate because you've been told to. But it's not preference, it's closer to a reflex. And once you understand the mechanism behind it, you can't quite look at a baby or a cartoon or a puppy or even a sports car with round headlights the same way again. In 1943, an Austrian ethologist named Konrad Lorenz was studying animal behavior and noticed something strange. Across wildly different species, human infants, puppies, bear cubs, baby birds, there was a set of physical features that kept appearing together. And wherever those features appeared, adult members of that species responded the same way. They moved closer, they became gentler, they wanted to protect and care for whatever they were looking at. He called this cluster of features Kindchenschema, which roughly translates from German as infant schema, a blueprint of babiness. The features are specific: a large head relative to body size, eyes positioned low on the face, making the forehead seem wide and prominent, big round eyes, a small nose, chubby cheeks, soft rounded body proportions, short limbs, clumsy unsteady movement. None of these features are random. Each one signals something important to the part of your brain that monitors vulnerability. A large head means an underdeveloped skull housing a brain that still needs enormous amounts of time and protection. Low-set eyes and a wide forehead mean the frontal lobe, the region responsible for judgment, impulse control, self-regulation, is still growing. Chubby proportions mean fat stores that haven't yet been converted into lean muscle. Unsteady movement means the nervous system hasn't finished wiring itself together. What you're reading as cute is actually your nervous system conducting a rapid threat assessment, not for danger but for dependence, and responding accordingly. Here's what makes this genuinely strange. The response doesn't require a human baby to activate. That's the part Lorenz found most striking. Show someone a puppy and the same neural response fires. Show them a kitten, a duckling, a cartoon character drawn with an oversized head and enormous eyes. Think of almost any mascot, any animated movie protagonist, any brand logo designed to feel approachable, and the circuitry activates. The brain isn't checking species, it's checking proportions. This is why certain car models consistently feel friendlier than others, why Pixar characters are designed the way they are, why baby animals and advertisements reliably lower people's guard. The Kindchenschema cues are being borrowed, sometimes deliberately, sometimes by accident, and the brain responds regardless of whether the stimulus is actually an infant. The cuteness response isn't sentimental, it's structural. There's a layer to this that most people don't think about. When you respond to infant features, your behavior actually changes. Studies have shown that after exposure to cute stimuli, people become more focused, more precise, more careful in tasks that require attention. One study found participants performed better at a fine motor task after viewing baby animal photos. There's a hypothesis that caregiving requires heightened attentiveness. You need to notice small cues, respond to subtle signals, handle fragile things carefully, and the cuteness response may be priming that state. Which means cuteness isn't just pulling you toward something, it's also changing how you function while you're near it. The common assumption is that we find babies cute because we love them, or because society has taught us to value children. And those things may be true too, but they get the order wrong. The emotional response comes first. The love, the protectiveness, the warmth, those emerge from the response, not the other way around. The features trigger the feeling generates the behavior across millions of years kept vulnerable offspring alive long enough to develop into something that could survive independently. You feel moved by a baby because your nervous system is doing its job, one it inherited, one that runs underneath all of your cultural context and personal history and whatever else you think is happening in the moment. If you want to notice this in your own life, pay attention to the next time something small and round-featured stops you in your tracks. A baby, yes, but also a dog with a flat face, a cartoon thumbnail, a plush toy in a shop window. Notice the quality of your attention in that moment. The softening, the slight slowing down. That's not sentiment, that's a system activating, one that's been doing exactly this for a very long time. This video is made for reflection and curiosity, not as medical or psychological advice. If anything you're working through feels like more than information can address, a qualified professional is always worth reaching out to.